More than half the world's population is now urban. Cities are the place where ambitions, aspirations are realized. But how robust are these engines of modern economies? A report launched by UN Habitat on the state of world cities, with special emphasis on their prosperity, suggests there is a need for a shift in the concept of the notion of development. The report takes a critical look at the lopsided focus on mere financial figures and calls to look at the urban prosperity beyond just economic growth. It encompasses other vital parameters like quality of life, infrastructure, equity, and environmental sustainability.
This report is proposing very specific policies in which we are creating a more, I would call it, reinvigorated notion of urban planning, in which planning should move from a technical tool to a political tool. A tool in which we propose different use of densities in cities, the need of public transport, the need of cities more compact, the need of cities in which different modes of transport are considered. All these elements are fundamental for the sustainability in terms of functionality and form of cities.
The Austrian capital, Vienna, tops the list of 95 most prosperous cities, followed by New York, Toronto, London, and Stockholm. Asian cities have strongly invested in infrastructure development in the last few decades, achieving nearly universal provision of water, electricity, and mobile telephone services. Indian cities, Mumbai and New Delhi, figure among the 95 most prosperous cities of the world. The report places Mumbai at the 52nd position and New Delhi at 58th. Meanwhile, the dream of Mumbai becoming Shanghai is still far away, with Indian cities still lagging much behind Shanghai and Beijing in the ranking. A third of our population still lives and breathes in slums. The situation is very grim in terms of environmental sustainability as well. Our environment score is at the bottom of the list.
Indian cities look up to Bombay and Delhi for guidance. And there, of course, they don't stand very high because for obvious reasons that we have very large population and the level of infrastructure that they provide is not very high. So if you strictly go by the statistical calculation methods, maybe they figure in the 50s, but that should not discourage us.
The report is an eye-opener for our policymakers, warning them against the risks of ill-balanced growth. If we don't adopt a green outlook towards our growth, it may not be sustained in the long run.
Although Indian cities Delhi and Mumbai find place in the list of world's most prosperous cities, we certainly do not have much to boast about from this report. Our cities are among the worst when it comes to environment conditions, raising serious questions about their sustainability. With camera person H.M. Nair, Rohan Singh, DD News, New Delhi.